day 365. So it has technically been over a year, because I started this a little earlier, and prior to the first trip that I didn't actually count a couple days, and then I decided, well, the trip, regardless of what weight I come back on, I'm still technically doing it, so I decided to start counting those days, right? So my count right now is technically 365, but like I said, I've technically been doing this longer. Either way, right? I've definitely gotten to the point where I've lost over 100 pounds, and I'm to the point where I'm not going over 100 pounds in my fluctuations, right? So I'm under it for good, and hopefully I will stay under it. Part of that accomplishment, right, has been losing, a decent amount of weight. It's not the goal that I had originally set out, which was 175 pounds, which now looking back on it is a little ridiculous, but either way, right, I'm now on the path to losing even more weight, and getting to a lifestyle stage where I want to be. And on that note, right, like this morning I stepped on the scale and I was under 220. And I'd gone over and I'd actually hit what I'd started out my way in for the fasting round, right, the day before. And now I'm underneath that. And so, like I said, as long as I can level out, go under a little bit for the next couple weigh-ins, I will be happy with the process that's going. I would like to end up overall in a negative, but if it's a negative 1 or 2 pounds, that's what I'm looking for to start my next fasting round. So, I'm on my way to doing kind of the next step in my journey after doing this for a year. On that note, kind of as another summary, right? I started out in size 22 jeans, and those size 22 jeans were definitely too small for me. Based on what I think size-wise I should have been, I probably should have been more like a 26, because it did take 4 or 5 months before I actually started going down in jean size. And I am now at a size, I hover between a size 10 and a size 12 for the last couple months, mostly because I've been doing a lot of traveling, right? But yeah, so I am, I've lost a lot. I've also gone down in shirt size, right? So like everything that I had was all double XL, even some of it was triple XL, and it would barely fit. There were points where it was like riding up, on my belly because it just wouldn't fit all the way. And I'm now wearing, this is a size, it says goals with a donut. This is a large, and I actually, I did a SoulCycle class today, and I wore some double XL pants because I had workout pants, but they're long, and when you get into one of those studios, it can get really hot really quickly. So I plan on buying, shorter material, but that hasn't really gone on sale yet. So I was like, well, I have this lying around. Let me put this on. And that was a bad idea. It was too loose, and so it kept riding down while I was cycling, and I eventually got it to kind of stick. But it was, again, so loose that, like, I couldn't keep it up. So, yeah, I'm at the point where I'm pretty much gotten rid of all double XL except for 1 or 2 items that are either kind of keepsake shirts or they are, they still kind of fit because sizes are kind of arbitrary for women. So yeah, so that's where I'm at with clothes. Um, Kind of one of the negatives to talk about for, over the year. I did lose weight just a little too quickly. So going back to kind of slowing it down and, going back to the unrealistic goal of, you're going to be the perfect image that you've always had in your head since, you've felt that you're overweight, in a year. That's not good. I knew that wasn't going to happen, but like, I still wanted that mental goal. And so, probably one of the more negative things that, I'm unhappy with, for this weight loss, is still kind of the skin issue. Um, it's something that I notice a lot, especially around my arms, because I do like to wear sleeveless shirts. Um, and so I'm doing everything that I can, by slowing down the weight loss and also slowing down, doing workouts that are specifically, arm related. Hopefully I can kind of change that. Otherwise surgery will be required, but, for all intents and purposes, it's not a bad negative to have, in that, having that much weight, being, 300 plus pounds, for any period longer is, not sustainable, and it's not good for your health. And it would have caused a lot more health issues down the road. And now that I'm on a better path, both weight and health wise, I will deal with, self image and other stuff like that, because that's, part of the process. But, I'm still on the journey regardless, and I will keep going until, I get to that 150, or I feel like I've gotten to where I want to be.